Some good things, some bad things. I was disappointed. Today we had way too many penalties. We lined up off sides 6 times defensively and probably 5 or 6, 7 on offense. We had some procedure penalties, so we got to clean those up. We got to get better in the kicking game, not just kicking the ball, but the total operation of everything there. But overall, offensively, defensively, when you throw it all into the mix, I was been pleased with the first week, but we got enough to clean up and get better on that we still need to practice next week.
It's a lot of early installation, it's learning as we go. I think the biggest thing is we need to continue to be consistent with the way we're working at things. But the kids are working hard and, just looking forward to moving forward. Today we had some new situations going in and we got to respond, to those situations a little sharper. We start going red zone and those types of things. But the kids are working hard, been pleased with their effort.
It's like every camp, good, bad, ugly. There's some really good stuff. There's some really bad stuff, and then there was some really ugly stuff. So we obviously have a lot of things to fix and to get better, and that's just a daily habits. And these guys will do that.
This first week is always, in my mind, has always been, you work your way, start working your way into football shape. You're installing offensively, defensively, kicking game. Next week now, it's the second week now, the mental toughness part of it. You got to be able to push through that. The physical part where nicks and bruises, you got to be tough enough to fight through that. So next week's really a toughness week. We're going to get after it good, and they've got to be able to push through the mental part of it next week. Next week's the last week of school, so we're still dealing with that again like we did this week. So it won't be much different from a time standpoint because of school, but now they've got to push through it mentally and physically because now your body's starting to get a little bit tired.
Well, week 2, the first few days of hitting, so we've had 3 days now in pads, you try to start figuring out when you put pads on, does a guy get better or does he get worse? Because usually there's a huge difference when people put pads on. And so now that we've seen that, we've moved people. We've moved guys that were starters down to second or third team. We've moved guys that were third team up to first team. And so next week that will continue. So the main thing next week is keep competing, see who competes.